All right, hello and welcome everyone live from Jackie Robinson Field here in Pasadena. Evan Davis joined alongside Adam Beck, and it's the home opener for the Arroyo Seco Saints. It's an exciting one, taking on the Conejo Oaks, coming off a 6-3 victory in their game against the OC Riptide back in Irvine. And the Conejo Oaks, they also just played the Riptide a 7-1 win. In a battle of two outstanding pitchers on the mound for the Oaks is number 10, Cole Fisher. And for the Arroyo Seco Saints, it's number 37, Caleb Reyes.
Yeah, Caleb Reyes is really dynamite. Last year, part of the All-CCL team member with a 1.73 ERA. This is his third year with the Saints. First appearance this year, obviously, in just the second game. But 7 starts last year, and this guy has been incredible, especially at Cal Poly Pomona, even though D2 just really, really solid. Scouting report here, fastball is going to be thrown in a mid-80s, slider 78 miles an hour average, and then has also a changeup too. He'll throw a little bit of a curveball as well, and then on the other side of things, it's going to be Cole Fisher on the mound for his first appearance. Not his first appearance for the Oaks of all time. He played for the Oaks last year, pitched in 8 games, 4 starts, 30 innings pitched for Fisher, but it's going to really be a battle between 2 CCL guys that have been in this league for a little bit.
Yeah, we look at the lineup. We'll start with the Conejo Oaks, the visiting team. They've been really mashing the ball lately in their 2 games, 10 runs and 7 runs, only giving up 2, 1 in each start. So what is it about their offense that just makes them such a powerhouse?
They're incredibly balanced. Top of the lineup tonight, Jordan Kang, all the way from Harvard, went to Harvard Westlake. You know, that's a baseball powerhouse in Southern California, here in the LA area. And this is going to be a guy that has really, at the top of the lineup, is going to try and get things going. 0 for 3 yesterday against the Riptide, went 1 for 3 on Friday against the Academy Barons, where he scored 3 runs. He really sets the tone at the top of the lineup. But you also got to look at Austin Carrillo. He's hitting in the 3 spot. On Friday against the Barons, 2 for 4, 0 for 2 yesterday against the Riptide, but another strong bat who's in his 4th season with the Oaks.
Yeah, and we look at the Arroyo Seco Saints, and we look at the top with Crew McChesney as well. He kind of set the tone in that first inning. And we take you now to first pitch with Caleb Reyes on the mound, and leading off for the Conejo Oaks, as we mentioned, Jordan Kang, 1 for 6 overall in the season, his 1 hit being a double, and first pitch underway. A nice little strike to get things going for Reyes.
And Reyes has a lot of movement. Even though he's not going to throw super, super fast, he's got some movement with his off-speed stuff.
Yeah, we saw a change-up on the first pitch. The second one, throws it again as Kang will just send that one in. A nice play made out in center field. It's Crew McChesney with the grab.
And McChesney's truly a two-way player out there. So much speed, so much athleticism out there in center field. Used to play football in high school. Was part of the All-State second team in Utah. So really an athlete in center field.
Kai Caranto stepping up to the plate, 225 average so far, 1 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. As he takes the first pitch looking for a strike, and Reyes starting off the game with 3 straight strikes.
And he's going to be a strike thrower. 20-plus strikeouts in each of his last 2 seasons in the CCL. It's really a guy that's going to pound the zone.
Caranto from Cal Lutheran looks at strike 2 down at the knees. 44 games for Caranto, a 331 batting average, 1 home run, 33 RBIs, but a 423 on-base percentage.
He's also another Harvard Westlake guy.
He takes that one up high, ball 1, 1-2 count to Caranto.
That one had a little too much run in on the hands. You'll see that with Reyes a lot. Gets a lot of arm side run on his off-speed stuff.
Caranto with the 1-2 on the way from Reyes. He fires, hesitates a little bit on the off speed, and it's 2-2 the count.
That time going outside after peppering the inside corner of the plate, trying to mess with the eye level a little bit.
Reyes looking for that strikeout pitch. Started off 0-2. Here it comes. Down and away again. The count now 3-2 as Kelloggs looked at 3 straight balls on the outside part of the plate.
He only had 5 walks all of last season for the Saints. 6 walks the year before, so don't really see Reyes walk a lot of batters.
The 3-2 low and away, and Caranto takes 4 straight balls. A runner on for Reyes.
It might be just early jitters, but last year, 65% strike thrower at Cal Poly Pomona. Getting back into the swing of things, but you know, he's a D2 All-American honorable mention this year at Cal Poly Pomona.
Be the left-handed bat, Austin Carrillo, stepping into the box. 2 for 6 overall in the season. Didn't record a hit in their 7-1 win against the Riptide. Takes that one on the outer part of the plate for strike one. Carrillo, Biola University, 47 games played, a .366 batting average, 2 home runs, 24 RBIs, but an impressive .516 on-base percentage. Led his team in numerous categories as he takes that one on the inner half of the plate, and you see Reyes working both halves.
Yeah, you mentioned some of the categories that Carrillo led in, but 6 of them: batting average, runs scored, walks, hit by pitches, on-base percentage, and stolen bases. I mean, this guy can do it all offensively. And at the 3 spot in the lineup, a dangerous hitter with already a runner on base.
His on-base percentage not only led the team, led the conference as he slices that one foul.
Just a little bit out in front of that one. Timed it up a little bit better. It's probably dropping in right field, but just a little eager to get out in front of one and hooked it just foul.
Carrillo, 16 multi-hit games this past season. Had an on-base streak of 16 games. And here's the pitch. Down and away, and the ball gets away from Burge. And that allows Caranto to move to second.
That's not something we see a lot of. We saw this on Friday against the Riptide. Burge just really confident behind the plate, really smart defensively. Uncharacteristic error from him, allowing that ball to just get past him.
Moves a runner into scoring position for Carrillo.
And remember, these two guys both returning to the Saints after last year. Burge, the only non-pitcher back with the Saints this year, and obviously Reyes, after his stellar season with the Saints in 2023, back for more in 2024.
Reyes tried to paint the outside corner, didn't get the call. Now the count moves to 1-2.
And it seems like he's having a little bit of a trouble locating right now, especially around the corners. He likes to dance there.
Sorry, the count 2-2 for Carrillo. This is Reyes. Waiting for the pitch, winds up, fires outside, and that will be 3-2.
Just can't quite command his stuff right now. And that time, that pitch starting on the inside half of the plate, darting all the way out with that arm side run, just trying to limit that movement, keep it in the zone.
3-2 count to Carrillo. As Reyes sets, fires, delivers, fouled away.
Nice little battle here in the full count early in this ball game. Just one out, runner on second. And Carrillo, dangerous hitter. If Reyes is able to kind of muster through this, you've gotten through one of the best bats in this Oaks lineup.
3-2 offering for Carrillo. We see he was a pretty big slug hitter as well during his time in Biola. 437 as he rips that one. Looks like it will hit into the gap. Yes, it will, and it'll score a run. His batters switch places, and Carrillo with an RBI double to open things up. The ball gets away, so Carrillo will now head to third on the wild throw. So now runner on third with just one out.
And that's just a mental mistake right there. Obviously, payoff pitch, you allow the double, sure, the run's going to score. Uncharacteristic kind of early struggles from Reyes. But then you've got defensive mishaps, not playing fundamental baseball, allowing the runner to advance another 90 feet, and putting more pressure on your pitcher now with the runner at third.
Be the left-handed bat, Will Joseph, stepping up to the plate. Hit by a pitch twice in their last game against the Riptide. From Oklahoma Baptist. It's the first pitch offering inside. It will be a 1-0 count. Joseph had a 25-game hitting streak, the second longest in the D2 era for his school, and safely reached base via hit in 41 of the 47 games he appeared in, and multi-hit games in 19 games. 362 batting average, 5 home runs, 44 RBIs. It's another pitch outside, 2-0.
And Reyes is really struggling right now. He really cannot find the strike zone. Just too much movement on some of his stuff. I think he's got to go back to his fastball here, try and get a ground ball out some way, somehow. Just needs a little bit of confidence right now.
Throwing a lot of off speed to start the game. We haven't seen a lot of his fastball as he now fires that one. And Joseph swing and miss, so 2-1 count.
It's a really nice pitch, low in the zone, trying to get that ground ball, and Joseph just chasing it.
Joseph didn't appear in the team's first game in a 10-1 win at the Academy Barons. This is his second game as he rips that one, finds a hole between second and short, and a 2-0 lead to start things off for the Oaks as Joseph with an RBI single.
That's a really nice piece of hitting by Will Joseph. Not trying to do too much with the baseball there, just going right back up the middle, letting the bat do the work, taking that pitch right back past Reyes into center field.
Baseman number 29, Tanner Beltowski.
So now we'll see the right-handed bat of Tanner Beltowski. Freshman, 35 games for him, 268 batting average, a 463 slug as he looks at strike one. One game so far for the Oaks, went 1 for 4 with an RBI. It's just a single in that win against the Riptide. As the 0-1 offering from Reyes is connected on, and it will drop for a single on the left field side. So now we got runners on first and second with 1 out, and Reyes giving up a lot of hard contact to start.
Yeah, he doesn't really have the velocity, and the Oaks are all over it right now. They're really finding their way against Reyes. Just feeling confident in the batter's box, taking what Reyes is giving them, because he's had an issue trying to stay in the zone, and now he's behind the count a lot. He's got to throw some strikes, and the Oaks are on top of it right now.
Be the left fielder Ty Walton to step up. He's got a runner in scoring position from the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee. 22 games, a 157 batting average. Looking to regain his swing here as he takes ball one, low and away.
And that's a great play by Burge behind the plate. Just snagging that right in between his legs, putting the glove all the way down to the dirt, not allowing that ball to get past him because you've got 2 runners on, already in a 2-0 hole, trying to get out of this inning.
Walton waiting for the pitch. Reyes waiting to fire. Walton kind of struggled in his first year as he grounds that one to first base and bobbled by the first baseman, Eli Watson. So runners are moving from second to third, but we get the out at least, and a little bit of a scare on that bounce.
And that's kind of part of summer ball a little bit. Eli Watson, not a natural first baseman, normally an outfielder, and we saw this against the Riptide on Friday where he tried to make a play at first base, wasn't on the bag for the out, so maybe just kind of adjusting to the new position over there at first. Not natural for him to be playing there, but into the lineup instead of Ryan Scott.
Be Marcus Galvan, the backstop for tonight, as he takes strike one on the outer half of the plate. Galvan from GCU, Grand Canyon University, only 11 games played, 353 batting average though, and got connected on a home run as well as 7 RBIs. He was ranked as the number 6 freshman by Perfect Game. He's showing off the bat speed as he ropes that one down into right field off the glove of Pollock. That will score 2. And it's quickly 4-0 in the top of the first inning for the Oaks.
And that could easily have been a highlight reel catch out there in short right field by Pollock. But once again, not a natural second baseman, normally playing in the outfield. And just with kind of the way that guys have come into the lineup, guys haven't quite gotten to Southern California yet. The Saints trying to piece together a roster. They do have one of their middle infielders back, Tyler Gordon, over at shortstop starting today. But it's a tough play for Pollock out there.
As Jack Johnson connects on the first pitch, he sees ground out to third base, and that will end the inning. 4 runs for the Conejo Oaks. Not the start we were looking for from Caleb Reyes, but nonetheless, he gets out of it. A little bit of damage. And for the Conejo Oaks, it will be Cole Fisher on the mound. So we're back for the bottom of the first inning, and leading off will be the center fielder, Crew McChesney, who started off the scoring for the Arroyo Seco Saints in their win against the Riptide, lined a single to the left in his first at-bat, which sparked that 4-run first inning. As the first pitch on the outer half will be strike one.
And what you're going to see from Cole Fisher, you're going to see a fastball, you're going to see a slider, changeup, and curveball. That fastball sitting in the high 80s.
The 0-1 offering, swung and missed by McChesney, and the count 0-2.
And McChesney, when he doesn't strike out and puts the ball in play, is dynamite. Only issued 20 strikeouts in 53 at-bats at BYU this season.
The 0-2 offering down and away. It will be a 1-2 count. Nice hold off by McChesney. And we see BYU, although, as you mentioned, a small sample size, led the team in batting average, slugging an OBP, a slash line of 340, 478, 547. As he leads off here for the Saints. And the 1-2 offering just low, but you see the movement on that pitch from Joseph, just starting off outside and trying to cut back in from Fisher. And
yeah, that time going with the slider. That slider averages about 76.5 miles an hour, and he'll go to that a lot. This is a really nice at-bat from McChesney. Down 0-2 early now, runs it back to full count.
3-2 offering. And swing and a miss for McChesney. And that starts off the inning with a strikeout.
It's just a really nice job by Cole Fisher, keeping McChesney off balance, using both sides of the plate, coming in on the hands, using the off-speed stuff, and then just powering the outside part of the zone.
Fisher, one strikeout so far, fires in a strike to Cam Conley, who pretty impressive at-bats. He made loud contact in that game against the Riptide, just couldn't find a hole. He's quickly down in the count 0-2 from Pepperdine University and had a year off because of injury.
Yeah, he's coming off Tommy John, actually. He'd be one of the normal middle infielders, but unable to throw right now for about the next 2 weeks or so. But he'll be a huge boost to the lineup when he can play defense, too. Senior from Pepperdine.
You see the slider from Fisher, just absolutely filthy. He's thrown it already a handful of times, and he just threw it there low and away for ball two.
It's his go-to pitch, trying to get hitters to chase. But you mentioned Conley and some of the success. Reached base twice on Friday night, went 1 for 4, a walk. Did have 2 strikeouts looking, so trying to make some magic happen here.
And swing and a miss. And Fisher quickly 2 strikeouts in this one, and 2 beautiful sliders to get McChesney and Conley swinging.
And I think Josh Livingston's got to be the most dangerous hitter in this lineup.
Yeah, 2 for 4 in their lone win, in their lone game so far, and he made a lot of loud contact as well. Could have had another hit if Kremer didn't track that one in center field from Wichita State University and takes a ball.
And he's also played really well towards the end of the season. Had 5 home runs in the last 2 weeks of the 2024 season. Had 4 home runs in the conference tournament.
Takes that for strike one. And you see the poise from Cole Fisher, just throwing gas and really connecting on his pitches. So he throws that one low. It'll be a 2-1 count for Livingston. And if there's anyone that could get a spark in this offense right now, it would be number 15, Josh Livingston.
Yeah, Fisher's really worked the bottom of the zone well. Let's see if he goes back to it here.
The slider strike for Livingston, so 2-2 count, 2 outs, and Fisher trying to set a tone here with a 1-2-3 inning. Calls off first 2 pitches, likes the third one. Throws down. Livingston connects on the outer part of the plate, and he will connect on a single. As we mentioned, if anyone could get a spark in this offense, it's Livingston. It will be runner on first coming up for Ray Bermudez.
Up to 600 on the season, Livingston, and that time he's just not trying to do too much with the baseball, just keeping the hands out, poking it out towards left field. That's a bloop over the shortstop, over third base, into kind of that short left field, no man's land area. Just a nice piece of hitting, just realizing he doesn't have to power the ball every single time he's up there.
Fastball outside will be 1-0 count for Ray Bermudez, who first game 0 for 3 from Polk State, 309 average, 4 home runs, 47 RBIs, and a transfer from University of Miami, and he's a Florida native.
South Florida kid, went to American Heritage.
Check swing connected to the third baseman, Beltowski, and Fisher gets out of it with no harm. Head to the top of the second inning with the Oaks up 4-0.
Oaks, number 9, the right fielder, Lucas Danielowitz.
Top of the second inning now, as Lucas Danielowitz will be the first up. We saw 4 runs in the first inning against Caleb Reyes. Looking to get his composure back a little in this one as he fires in a pitch. 1-0 count to start. The changeup is what we've seen a lot so far from Reyes.
Yeah, and it's actually funny. Last year against the Riptide in his first game of the season, Reyes allowed 5 earned runs in just 2 innings.
As that one's connected by Belgewitz, and it splits the gap out, goes over the head of Shart. And Belgewitz quickly with a double, and runners are in scoring position already.
And when you're getting that kind of power from the hitter in the 9-hole, really just feels like Reyes doesn't have his stuff today. I mean, it's kind of just keeping that ball over the plate, doesn't have quite the bite on some of his off-speed stuff right now. And these Oaks hitters all over it. That this time clubbed to left field, 1 hops the wall. Good job by Shart to get that ball in quickly. Could have easily been a triple.
Yeah, that ball looked like it might be heading over the fence. Luckily, only a double. As Jordan Kong up for the second time already. As Reyes fires in a pitch, strike 1.
And there's the bite that we're used to from Reyes. That time working outside the zone, back inside, kind of backdoor in that changeup.
Kong already been on base so far in this one. As Reyes looks back, fires the pitch. Kong to the third baseman. Third to first, Livingston to Watson, and that ball's dropped, so the runner is safe. And Kong thought he was out, now heads back to first.
And it'll probably be scored as an error on Livingston. That throw was pretty off the mark, something that we're not quite used to seeing. Watson made a really nice try at trying to catch that ball and tag Kong, but it's a tough play nonetheless, and now you've got 2 on, no outs. You wonder how short the leash is. Something that Coach Aaron Milam talked about after the game against the Riptide was that this team, if they're going to pitch the way they pitched against the Riptide, it's going to be fine. But he's going to have a short leash with it. He's going to really try and, make sure that his pitchers are fresh and they're feeling good when they're playing.
So now runners on first and second for Reyes. as Kai Caranto steps up to the plate. First pitch swinging by Caranto, and the count 0-1. Caranto, we mentioned, from Cal Lutheran, majoring in sports management, chose the school because of all aspects. For a student athlete was the best fit for him, and he loved the environment and everything that had to do with the school. 331 average there as he looks at strike 2 on the outer half. So Reyes getting back into it, see if we can get out of this without any damage. Has Caranto behind 0-2.
Expect to see the slider here probably, or the changeup outside.
As he throws the slider, and Caranto just late on that one, fouls that back. So the count remains 0-2.
But that's a good pitch. Interesting how he started it on the inside half of the plate and then working it back towards the strike zone rather than starting it in the strike zone and working it outside.
So 0-2 count. Reyes looking back, steps off. Reyes, let's see, 4 runs in that first inning. He's got some traffic now on second and first. See if we can get a big inning from Caleb Reyes. As he looks back, sets, fires. And that one looks like it will just be soaring foul right down the right-hand side. So still remained 0-2 for Caranto.
Caranto's really battling right now. 0-2 count, obviously, but a couple of foul balls. That time just poking it as much as he could to keep it off to the right. No harm, no foul.
Daniel Witt's on second. Kong on first. As Reyes with the 0-2 count to Caranto. He fires the slider, gets him swinging, and Kai Caranto will head back to the dugout, and a nice wipeout slider from Reyes.
And that's a confidence builder there, especially once you've given up 4 runs in the first inning. You've got traffic on the base paths here early in the second inning. Pick up your first out, you get your strikeout, you're feeling a little bit more confidence, and now you can throw that off-speed stuff with a little bit more zip.
Saw now Austin Carrillo up to the plate. Single to left in his first at-bat. And with 1 out now, Reyes fires down and away, so it'll be ball 1. And Carrillo, he was really solid in their first game against the Barons, but didn't record a hit in their last game. Still 4 RBIs to show for it, and we mentioned leading his Eagles, the Biola University Eagles, in 6 different categories. Very, very impressive numbers. He put up the grad student from San Fernando, California. Check swing. Did he hold up?
And the interesting thing about Carrillo is that, you know, you don't really see, especially with summer league teams, you don't see guys come back. But this is his 4th season with the Oaks. Last year, led the team with 19 RBIs, had 16 RBIs the year before that, and 8 RBIs in 2021. But he stuck around and kind of tried to stay with this program, stay with this team.
Just quickly ahead 3-0.
And that was a good pitch there. Starting in on the hands, starting in on the shins, working back. That changeup has so much bite. Just couldn't get quite enough to get it back into the zone.
Reyes in a 3-0 hole now to Carrillo. Has runners on first and second, 1 out. As the Oaks lead 4-0 top of the second. As Carrillo just sends that one foul. So the count 3-1. It was that slider that we saw him throw. That's his confident pitch, it appears.
Yeah, but that time it kind of hung up a little bit too much. Almost just staying up there for a tad longer. If Carrillo got under that or just hit it with a little bit more of the barrel, I mean, that could be crushed. He's got to be really careful in this situation.
Reyes sets and fires for the pitch, and that one fouled away by Carrillo, and he's battling in this one.
This is a big moment for Reyes. Obviously, after allowing the 4 spot in the first inning, he's trying to manage the traffic on the base, picked up the strikeout. Can he get another one here and really put his front foot on this inning?
Count 2-2-2. Carrillo, he's got traffic, he's got runners in scoring position, and he has a chance to really balloon this lead for the Oaks. As Reyes calmly, sets, fires, delivers, and that one just barreled up. Looks like infield fly rule. The batter's out, Josh Livingston with the catch, so 2 outs now. And Reyes, after giving up the first 2 hits, now starting to get back into this one.
And that's a huge one. Sometimes you got to use your defense a little bit. After falling behind in the count there, then getting 2 straight strikes, evening the count at 2-2, and then allowing his defense to do the work, putting the ball in play. If he feels comfortable doing that, he's going to find a way to fight back here even after a rough start.
And we know what he's capable of. Numerous first-team awards. He was CCAA Pitcher of the Year, D2 CCAA All-Region First Team. A lot of first teams, that ball gets away from Burge, so runners advance second to third. And now 2 runners in scoring position now for the Oaks. And Will Joseph, who already connected loud on a hit, has another chance to bring home 2 more.
Yeah, he had an RBI single in the first. And once again, kind of weird to see the troubles that Burgess had behind the plate. Obviously caught for Reyes last year with the Saints on their road all the way to the CCL championships. But some inconsistencies here.
So a 1-0 count, 1-1. As Reyes paints the lower part of the plate.
Talk about a nasty pitch from Reyes. I mean, that looked like that was a ball staying inside the entire way. Joseph did not bite. Comes just backdoor into the zone.
1-1 count. Reyes fires and a nice pitch. Just wasn't able to get the call, but you see the changeup. He's throwing it consistently in this one.
Yeah, and it's got legit movement. He's got so much run on that thing. Makes it so difficult for the hitter.
He's got the curveball that he occasionally throws. We haven't seen it so far in this one through an inning and 2/3. There's a pitch swing and a miss there for Joseph. So the count 2-2 now. Runners on second and third. Oaks up 4-0. And after some loud contact in the early part of this inning, Caleb Reyes has a chance to get out of this unharmed. He fires the 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3 call, and Reyes gets out of it unharmed. Joseph striking out. 4-0 the lead still for the Conejo Oaks, but it could have been a lot bigger. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Welcome back for the bottom of the second inning now. The Saints trailing 4-0 early. And stepping up to the plate, number 14, Jacob Shart, who we saw come into the game against the Riptide, came in as a defensive replacement later in the game. But he gets a start here tonight, and he starts off with a 1-0 count.
He also had an at-bat in that game, 0 for 1, grounded out into a fielder's choice. But sure that Coach Milam loves his versatility in the outfield. We saw him in right field against the Riptide today, starting in left field. So giving this Saints squad some options in the outfield.
It kind of played everywhere. From Cal State, Fullerton, 40 games last season, 307 batting average, a 388 on-base percentage, 20 RBIs, and definitely a more contact hitter, a 425 slug. So you see swing and a miss on a nasty slider from Fisher.
And funnily enough, Shart actually played for the Oaks in 2022, had 12 plate appearances in 9 games, 4 strikeouts, a run scored, 3 hit by pitches in 12 plate appearances. It's It's quite
a stat line.
quite a stat line.
It's Fisher, the slider again, trying to get the outer part of the plate, and the count runs to 3-2. Take that pitch outside. Jacob Sharp will take a walk. The fastball was just not able to get painted the way that Fisher wanted to. And an early base runner for the Saints is stepping up to the plate now. Eli Watson, who we also saw come in later in that game against the Riptide.
And this guy, I mean, really exciting player from Arizona Western College in 2024, Jeffersonville, Indiana native. He's got some versatility, but, this is a guy that the Saints squad feels very excited about just because he can play in multiple positions, solid bat in the middle of the lineup, 319 average, 430 on-base percentage at Arizona Western College last season.
See, trying to bunt Shart over, held back the count, 0-1. This Fisher checks back on the runner Shart, and we saw a few times in the Saints last game just heavy leads and getting picked off.
Yeah, we saw Livingston get picked off against the Riptide. Shart's got to be smart over there at first.
As Watson connects on the second pitch, will fly that one out to the center fielder. Nice track from Carrillo, and Shart will head back to first.
It's really good contact. Can't be upset with that. Just didn't have quite enough trailing action or power to get over into that left center gap. But it's a solid at-bat.
See, the second baseman, Aiden Pollock, step up. Didn't have the first game that he would really like to have. 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. Trying to get back into the groove of things, and the coach giving him that chance again here, starting back up.
He also grounded out into a double play. Talk about just not the day that you want to start your Saints career off with.
Takes that one outside, 1-0. See, Cole Fisher just still being ever so dominant in this one to begin. As he checks back on the runner Shart yet again. See, already 3 times now he's checked on Shart.
And he's a tough pitcher. I mean, you can see his frame. He's tall, lanky, at 6'3", 210, really brings some good power to his game.
As he fires that fastball in for a strike, gets the lower part of the plate. Count 1-1. Pollock from Dallas Baptist University. Freshman from Las Vegas, Nevada. In his high school years, he was really, really dominant. First team All-State selection as a junior and a senior, as Sharks checked back on yet again.
And that's an All-State selection at one of the best high schools, not just in Nevada, but in the country. Bishop Gorman, obviously known for their football team, baseball team.
We've seen guys like Bryce Harper come from the state of Nevada. We talk about Pollock, ranked as the number 3 outfielder, number 7 overall prospect from the state of Nevada by Perfect Game. So high praise and high recognition. As he looks at that one for strike 2, a nasty front door slider from Fisher.
Yeah, it's just got so much movement. That slider is sitting in the mid-70s. It'll top up near 77, 78, but it's just so much punch with his fastball also hitting in the high 80s.
2-2 count, and that one in the lower part of the plate, strike 3. Pollock walks back, so 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts for Pollock so far to begin. Not the ideal start that he's been looking for.
But now you got Alex Burge coming in, and Burge, one of the big hitters back in the lineup, actually the only hitter back in the lineup from last year, the catcher, the Saints last summer. 273 batting average. Tied for second on the team in home runs with 3 of them, 13 RBIs. Has recently entered the transfer portal as a grad transfer with 2 years of eligibility remaining, but trying to make his mark back with the Saints this summer.
Burge batting in the 8-hole, and we see it again. Jacob Sharp picked off. So that's already 3 Seco Saints that have been picked off in 2 games so far. So we head now to the to the top of the 3rd inning. And the score remains the same, 4-0 Oaks. Try to get some offense going for the Saints. We'll see you soon. Welcome you back to the top of the third inning. The Conejo Oaks up 4-0 over the Saints, and it was that first inning for the Oaks that has ballooned this lead to 4-0, and Tanner Belkowski will step up to the plate. Already singled to left in his first at-bat, the third baseman from Ventura, California, as Reyes sets, fires, delivers, count 1-0.
Talk about a guy with a baseball name. Tanner Belkowski. I mean, sounds like he's just going to be clubbing home runs. Had 3 last year at Westmont College as a freshman.
Pitched and hit at Westmount College. Only 4 appearances as a pitcher, a 9 ERA in 5 innings. As he takes that one inside, will be 1-1. Talk about 35 games played last year, 268 batting average, 463 slugging, 3 home runs, 12 RBIs. As he fouls that one, 1-2.
That's a really nice pitch by Reyes, taking a little bit off of it, pulling the string, getting Belkowski out in front of it.
Reyes has been a little bit more composed these last few batters. Got a little bit of traffic going on in the top of the second inning. Looking for a clean inning in this one as he has a 1-2 count on Belkowski. Fires the 1-2 down and away, and he gets the call, strike 3. And he knew it before the umpire even gave the signal.
That's just a beautiful pitch, working from the outside half of the plate back inside the changeup once again. We saw the slider early. This time, the changeup, they move in different directions. Slider will move from Reyes' right side to his left side. The changeup will work backwards and really allows him to kind of work both sides of the plate effectively.
Walton up now for his second plate appearance. He's a redshirt senior, University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee, and he takes that one inside for ball 1.
Proud member of the Horizon League, one of the most underrated D1 leagues in the country, especially with college basketball. Always some great stuff late in March.
He's late on second pitch, fouls that one to the right side. Watson almost had a play on that. The count even up at 1-1.
But you mentioned Walton at Milwaukee, but he also previously played at Hawaii. He's kind of bounced around a little bit. He's played summer league ball in a variety of different places. Sunflower in 2021, 2022 playing for Waterloo.
From La Cañada, California, as he swings at that one, flies that one up to the shortstop. That's Tyler Gordon, who makes the easy play, out number 2.
Gordon only got here on Saturday, actually. It's one of the middle infielders that the Saints squad needed over there at short, starting his first game, Pasadena.
Galvan up now, the backstop for the Oaks in this one. I have a catcher, third baseman listed from GCU. It's the first pitch offering outside, ball 1. Says his favorite athletes to watch growing up include Yadier Molina, Vladimir Guerrero, and Jose Altuve. I'm going to assume that's Vladimir Guerrero Jr., unless
I would assume
Galvan
so.
has a rich history, but you see, takes that one for strike 1.
Only a sophomore in college, and in local kid, number 6 ranked freshman preseason in the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference. Reyes is cooking now. He's feeling confident after the struggles early on. Second inning took some time for him to cool down, but now he's in the groove. He's really working both sides of the plate. He's using the off-speed, that time the changeup effectively.
1-2 count. Reyes looking for his first clean inning. That one just fouled back. So count remains 1-2.
And now Reyes has thrown 2 straight changeups that break away from Galvan. You wonder if he goes to the slider breaking towards Galvan, maybe trying to go to that backdoor outside part of the plate.
It's the 1-2 offering from Reyes. Trying to get his clean inning. Pitch just upstairs for ball 2. Galvan, favorite pro sports team, he says, the San Diego Padres. He also helped his team go 26-4 in his senior year, and he says that's one of his top moments of his sports career. As he has the 2-2 offering awaiting from Reyes. He swings and missed strike 3. And Reyes 2 strikeouts in the top of the 3rd inning. And the score remains 4-0 as we head to the bottom half of the inning. The Saints looking to get something going offensively. Bottom of the 3rd inning here in Pasadena at Jackie Robinson Field. It'll be the catcher Alex Burge up to the plate. Saints looking to get something going. Only 1 hit so far in this one, as Cole Fisher has just been dominant to start.
Burge, really smart hitter. Yes, struggled at Wichita State this past year. Only hit 156. But on-base percentage still at 341. Work a walk here, being a really good spot for the Saints squad, trying to find some offense here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Burge 1 for 1 in that 6-3 win against the Riptide. 2 walks. He's ranked as the number 4 catcher in the state of Kansas by perfect game. Didn't have the offensive effectiveness that he was probably looking to have in his 2nd season, as he takes that one check swing held up and he takes that one for a ball. But we saw a 159 average, but a 346 on base. So the on base still relatively high, just not able to get the contact that he was looking for. It's the count 3-1 to Burge as he takes that one low. And we see the last 2 half innings for the Saints. They start off with a runner on first via the walk. Coming up now is our beloved shortstop, Tyler Gordon. As we mentioned, flew in yesterday, able to make it now for this game. His first game of the season from Miami U, California native. As he looks at the first pitch for strike 1.
And you'll look at his numbers, right? 294, 360 on base percentage, 350 slugging, nothing special. But in the second half of the year, especially in the last 12 games of the season, really found a way to find success at Miami of Ohio. 13 hits in those last 12 games, hits in 9 of those 12 games, so a couple multi-hit games. Doesn't really hit for power, but it's got good on-base guy, got some solid speed on the base paths. He's really going to be a weapon.
This pitch inside, hit him. Be runners on first and second for the top of the order as Crew McChesney will step up to the plate. But quickly, just one thing on Gordon. 2023 season, played with Vanguard University, was freshman of the year with a 344 batting average and 15 stolen bases. The 15 stolen bases to know as he's a threat on the path. And for the first time this game, the Saints have runners in scoring position for the top of the order in Crew McChesney. See the infield playing a little bit in, the third baseman especially. It's the first pitch outside for ball 1.
And this is, I think, a really good scenario to kind of assess Cole Fisher, how he's handling traffic on the base paths. He's pretty much played, or hasn't really had to play with much pressure so far today. He's kind of worked ahead in counts. Now down 1-0 in the count. He's got dangerous part of the lineup up to bat.
Chesney fouls off that pitch, out of play. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Has a chance to redeem himself. Maybe get an RBI knock.
And at BYU this past season, when he put the ball in play, 33 times he did that, batted .515. So if he's able to get contact, put the ball in the outfield, find a way to get on base, super dangerous hitter. And I think this guy would not be surprised if he ends up being the most productive hitter in this lineup this season.
Reason why he's batting at the top is the 1-1 count just outside. The fastball. It's the count 2-1. On deck is Cam Conley. As you mentioned, this is really Fisher's chance to show the coaches that in those high leverage situations with traffic that he could still compose himself, and we've seen it time and time. A very solid pitcher as that slider nearly gets away from Galvan, and the count 3-1 now. So after 2 solid innings, third inning seemed to get a little bit away from Cole Fisher.
And that slider really got away from him. Had absolutely no cut back. Kind of came out of his hand awkwardly, almost like he held onto it for an extra second, kind of questioning himself maybe.
3-1 count. McChesney connects on that one. And will find a gap, and the runners will advance as they held up, trying to see if that ball would drop, but Daniel Witch unable to get that. So now bases loaded for the designated hitter, Cam Conley.
And no outs. This is a big moment here. But you almost got to wonder if McChesney's swinging a metal bat, if that one's gone. Just had so much power. It seemed like it had good trajectory. And that's something that these players have to adjust to, and maybe something that, you know, your casual fan doesn't really think about, but the difference between playing with a metal bat and playing with a wooden bat. Wooden bat's going to be a little heavier. It's going to have a little less pop. It's going to be a little bit tougher to make that super hard contact. This is a team that only hit 19 home runs last season. Didn't hit a ton. Really was kind of fueled by their pitching. Saints, the player with the most home runs hit, I think, had 4. A couple guys with 3. Burge was one of those guys, but now bases loaded situation. Cam Conley up.
Cam Conley, second time up. He takes a slider inside, but that had some nasty movement on it.
And you almost got to wonder if that was actually a strike, but because he kind of, you know, does his best Hollywood impression here in Southern California, gets the umpire to think that's a ball.
So Fisher's 1-0 offering, low and outside for ball 2.
And he's really struggling to find the strike zone now. That time against McChesney fell behind in the count, had to give something over the plate. McChesney was all over it, pummels it to right field for a single. Should have probably scored a run, but kind of hung up in the air for a little bit.
Yeah, you know, nobody out. You got to wonder if he makes that catch, the last thing you want to do is double up, and you figure, you know, middle of your order coming up to play, you want to just at least play it safe as that one low and away. 3-0 count to Cam Conley, and up next, Josh Livingston, who is the last guy you want to have with the bases loaded.
And if I'm Cam Conley here, who's kind of struggled, he already has 3 strikeouts on the season, I'm not swinging the bat here. Force a strike here.
And smartly waits for strike 1.
Clearly did that. Cam Conley might just be listening to me. Maybe he doesn't swing again, but got to think 3-1 if you see a pitch that's over the plate that he's confident in, he's probably going to take a whack at it.
3-1 offering, low and away for ball 4, and that will bring in the first run of the game for the Saints. And great eye from Cam Conley. He took a lot of off-speed pitches that were moving. It'll be a mound visit for Cole Fisher with the big bat. Josh Livingston coming up. Wichita State University native, 28 games played, a .253 average. But you look at it, a .734 slugging percentage. You talked about how he just mashed in that tournament. 11 home runs, 39 RBIs, Region 16 Player of the Year back in 2023. So this is a guy who is great offensively.
This is the guy that you want in this situation. And against the Riptide, he was batting lower in the lineup. Today, moved up to the 3 spot for a situation just like this. Down 3 runs. He had 11 home runs last year, 39 RBIs, trying to add to his already strong start to CCL play.
Takes strike 1 looking. So Fisher starts him off. Livingston looking to get some more insurance runs. Got the bases loaded, nobody out as he swings and misses at strike 2.
That's a really nice play there by Fisher, starting off with the first pitch strike and then going outside, kind of poking at the corner there, seeing if Livingston chases, and now he's up 0-2.
Livingston struck out swinging his first at-bat, strikes out swinging on 3 pitches in his second at-bat, so a huge out there for Cole Fisher as the number 4 hitter, Ray Bermudez, steps up to the plate.
Coming to the plate for the Saints in the cleanup spot, right fielder, number 6, Ray Bermudez.
Bermudez from American Heritage, as we mentioned earlier, same high school as guys like Eric Hosmer, longtime MLB first baseman.
Currently at Polk State, transferred from University of Miami as he swings at the first pitch. Fouls that one just along the first baseline.
Bermudez at 6'2", 190, really has a long swing. Kind of uses all of those long arms, all that length in his bat. So on the flip side, right, can create a lot of power, but at the same time, especially in situations where he's behind the count, it's a little bit harder for him to make some of that contact and stay alive. So down here 0-1 early, he's got to put a good at-bat together, especially with the bases loaded.
Mentioned bases loaded, 1 out now for Cole Fisher with Bermudez up to the plate. That one low and away, the count evened up at 1-1. Bermudez, 392 on base, 440 slugging, had 4 home runs, 47 RBIs to go along with that 309 batting average. As he awaits the 1-1 offering. And that one low in the dirt, holds up for ball 2.
And after being behind in the count 0-1, now he's up 2-1. Once again, putting more pressure on Fisher. That's super important in this situation here. You got to just continue to compile good at-bats together. Still need to find a couple more runs to get really back into this ballgame.
Fisher fires the 2-1 pitch outside for ball 3, the fastball. And in on deck for the Saints is number 14, Jacob Shart, who walked in his first at-bat playing left field. Still without a hit, but finding ways to get on base as the 3-1 offering for Bermudez is outside, ball 4. And Fisher stumbling off the mound, and the Saints just finding any way possible to get some runs, and they've now walked in 2. And the lead cut in half just like that. And you see the poise and the maturity, I should say, also as well from the Saints. They're taking a lot of good pitches.
And sometimes you got to realize that you don't have to swing the bat to score, especially in this situation, right? The last thing Cole Fisher can do is walk a guy, and he can't find the strike zone right now. So force him to throw a strike. He can't throw a strike. Force him to throw a strike. That's what the Saints have done here. They've scored 2 runs because of it.
Jacob Shart walked in his first at-bat as a fastball fires in the lower half of the plate, 0-1. From Cal State, Fullerton, 40 games, 307 average. We mentioned the 2 home runs, 20 RBIs. So he looks at strike 2, and that pitch just almost exactly in the same spot. So Shart quickly down 0-2.
That's where you got to sure up a little bit, not take that big swing, just try and make contact, especially anything at the edges you've got to swing at.
Shart swings and missed strike 3. Fisher gets him out. So it's 2 outs on the swing and miss strike 3, and both on 3 pitches. And now it's up to Eli Watson as a base hit can tie this game up.
Watson flew out to left center his last time up.
Fisher. Swing and a miss on the fastball. Strike 1 for Watson.
Kind of an awkward chicken wing swing from Watson there. Didn't look like he was fully committed. Maybe he was expecting some off-speed stuff. Got the heater instead. Caught him way off balance.
The 0-1 fouled back. Quickly to count 0-2. As the Saints cut the lead in half on 2 walks. As Cole Fisher had 2 dominant innings in this 3rd inning, kind of getting away from him. He can at least limit the damage with 1 more strike. As Eli Watson trying to make him pay, get this game knotted up. As the 0-2 offering, slider, got the outer part of the plate and wants it held back in the count 1-2. That was a beautifully placed pitch from Fisher. He was just unable to get That strike 3.
Talk about a pitcher's pitch. Coming right in the back door.
So 1-2 count, fouled back and out of play. So Watson battling in this one.
This is a nice at-bat from Watson after getting in that 0-2 hole. Probably should have been struck out on 3 pitches. Fouls one off. Now 5th pitch of the at-bat.
See if he can get some redemption. So 1-2 offering, swing and a miss, strike 3 call. So Cole Fisher, not his best inning, limits it to 2 runs, but gets 3 strikeouts on 3 swings and misses. The Oaks lead this one 4-2 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. We'll see you then.
Number 16, Jack Johnson.
Top of the 4th inning now for the Oaks. Leading off Jack Johnson, who grounded out to 3rd in his first at-bat. He takes a pitch inside for ball 1.
Looked like Reyes wanted the slider there, but it didn't really slide. Kind of came off, didn't have any action to come back in the zone.
That pitch low and away for ball 2.
And interesting to see here in the 8-hole Jack Johnson, who's the DH, but only batted 173 in his career at Baylor. Sure, small sample size of 75 at-bats, but not necessarily a guy that you want swinging the bat constantly. They're big swing and a miss as Reyes went down in the zone with the off-speed stuff. That time the slider just moving away from Johnson.
2-1 count now for Johnson from Baylor University. The pitch swings, connects on that one. 3rd baseman Livingston to 1st baseman Watson. That throw off the mark, but still recovers and gets the first out.
It's the 2nd ground out to 3rd. Johnson just a little bit ahead of things, but it's the 2nd time we've seen kind of an errant throw from Livingston, and that's kind of a bad trend, especially with not a natural 1st baseman playing over there in Eli Watson.
Now be the 9-hole hitter, Daniel Witz from Cal Lutheran. It's the first pitch offering from Reyes on the outside, strike 1.
Just excellent bite on that changeup. Coming out of the zone, coming right back into it. Just beautiful backdoor action there.
So Reyes with the 0-1 offering, swing and a miss from Daniel Witz for strike 2.
And how about starting outside and then coming right back inside and on the hands, forcing Daniel Witz to kind of chase that up and in pitch there. Really nice job messing with the levels here.
The 0-2 offering just outside for ball 1.
Went back to that first pitch, didn't quite get as much movement as he would have liked. But once again, moving the levels, going inside, outside, working both sides of the plate. Interesting to see if he goes maybe back to the inside here.
Reyes ahead of the count, 1-2, as Daniel Witz waits fouls that one off just off the edge of the bat. So the count remains at 1-2.
And it's really been nice to see Caleb Reyes settle down. Obviously, high hopes for him back for his third season with the Saints here in Pasadena, just in the shadow of the Rose Bowl. But after a tough first innings, kind of mellowed things out here in the second and the third, and now into the fourth.
It's the 1-2 offering, and that's called strike 3. And we see after two lax innings from Reyes, really responding in innings 3 and 4.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, kind of just relaxing into things. You got to wonder maybe if it's just first game jitters. We saw this last year against the Riptide in his first start of the season back early June of 2023. But similar thing here where he's just kind of settled down. That time only went 2 innings, this time into the fourth.
3 2/3 so far as the first pitch swinging from Jordan Kong. He's already done a little bit of damage so far in this one to Caleb Reyes. Jump-started their 4-run first inning. It's the 0-1 offering from Reyes. Is in there for strike 2, and you see the changeup. Great movement.
And you'll see Jordan Kong right 5'10", 185. But at Harvard Westlake, back in high school, he actually set the program's back squat record at 420 pounds as a sophomore. So, yeah, pretty powerful bat.
As he swings and misses, strike 3, call tagged out. And a nice 1-2-3 inning for Caleb Reyes. Keeps the score at 4-2 as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Saints looking to cut into that lead.
Here in Pasadena, we head to the bottom of the fourth.
Welcome you to the bottom of the fourth inning, and a new pitcher here for the Conejo Oaks. It's number 3, Charlie Decker, Thousand Oaks, California native from Puget Sound. 7 appearances, only 9 1/3 inning, but from Chaminade College Prep. 7 Ks, 7 walks, and opponents batting .317 against him. And the first up to bat for the Saints will be number 13, Aiden Pollock. Southpaw fires in the first pitch, and that will be a 1-0 count.
And Decker undersized at 5'9", 145, but super aggressive with his pitches on the mound. He's going to work a lot of off-speed stuff, a lot of movement, try and get different guys to bite.
That one connects for strike 1, the count evens up. And you mentioned, you don't really see pitchers be like, I don't know if the word's short, but, short kings out here. I'm one myself. But, yeah, you usually see the pitchers around 6 feet. As he gets the outside corner, and Pollock, in 1-2 hole. Pollock already 3 strikeouts and 5 at-bats. Looking to get something going here in the bottom of the fourth inning. As the 1-2 pitch fires in the dirt, the count evens up.
You mentioned Pollock still looking for his first hit. Kind of funny, Pollock also a pitcher in high school too. So you've got kind of two guys that are a little bit on the shorter end of things competing here.
It's the 2-2 offering. Pollock connects on that one. Just an easy ground ball for Belkowski. Fires that one over. And Pollock gets on base as Will Joseph was just unable to corral the high throw.
And I don't think that throw would have beat him anyway. Pollock was sprinting down the line, has a lot of speed. Wonder if the Saints try and be aggressive on the base paths here. We've seen them be aggressive at times, but have gotten, called out at first base a couple times this season early. But Pollock's got legit speed, and that throw from Belkowski was not going to beat him anyway. So now a base runner, trailing by 2 runs, but Saints squad in business early.
Third straight inning that the Saints have a man on first to start the inning as the slider inside for Burge and the count 0-1, and you just see the movement of the slider from the first 2 pitchers with Fisher and now Decker. It's just incredible stuff.
Pollock taking a sizable lead over there at first.
That one low and away for ball 1, evens up the count. And Alex Burge has been great so far to start the year. A left-handed hitter, a catcher from Kansas and Wichita State is where he resides, and done a great job so far. 2 walks already drawn. He's gotten on base a ton to start the year. It's the 1-1 offering. It looks like a double play ball here as Burge beats out the throw. But Caranto and Kong were just unable to connect.
And that's kind of because it was a slow dribbler. It didn't quite have enough pop off the bat. Kind of just dribbled slowly over there into the middle of the infield. And Burge, hustling all the way down the first base line, was able to beat it out. So grounds out into a fielder's choice. Tyler Gordon, though, looking for his first hit in an Arroyo Seco Saints uniform. Hit by pitch in his first at-bat.
Gordon, his second at-bat. Squares up to bunt, connects on that one. And he'll beat it out at first as the ball gets away from Joseph, but nonetheless, Gordon would have been safe.
You don't always see that in baseball especially, but when guys have legit speed on the base paths, they'll do that. This time, Gordon feeling comfortable with his speed. He was a guy that stole 8 bases at Miami of Ohio this season, but lays down the bunt, advances Burge up 90 feet. Now runners on first and second. And something that Charlie Decker, rather, is going to have to work around.
Similar to McChesney's last at-bat, traffic on the bases for him. He's got a runner in scoring position, 1 out. As the Saints looking to cut the deficit down 4-2 in this one. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup as the runners both advance and the ball gets away from the catcher, Galvan. So now runners on second and third, and you got to think a single ties this game up.
Yeah, and that's definitely got to be the mentality from McChesney here. He knows that he doesn't have to do too much with the baseball. Just try and poke it out into the outfield, try and get some good contact, and put some pressure on this defense.
He's made solid contact already to start the year. So the next offering fouled away.
And that pitch was for the taking, just on the lower outside half of the plate. It's a 3-versus-3 matchup. Decker wearing 3, McChesney wearing 3.
The count evened up at 1-1, 1 out. Saints down 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. A swing by McChesney will tie this game up as he swings and misses at strike 2. A nice slider by Decker.
Yeah, just pulled absolutely everything off of it. McChesney way out in front, and that's kind of a swing where he's trying to swing for the fences. He's trying to give the Saints a lead in this game. Don't have to do that. Just got to extend at-bats, keep things alive. 1-2 count here for the BYU center fielder.
1-2 offering. Swung and missed. He did go try to hold up, and the home plate umpire rules him out. So a big strikeout for Charlie Decker. With 2 outs now, coming up to the plate is designated hitter Cam Conley.
He had the strikeout swing in his first at-bat back in the first. Had the walk that brought in a run, so picked up an RBI in his second at-bat. This time trying to add some more RBIs to his tally.
Decker gets the outside part of the plate for strike one. Saints two runners in scoring position now. Cam Conley from Pepperdine University up to the plate. And Charlie Decker on the mound is a swing and a miss. Strike two quickly in an 0-2 hole is Cam Conley.
Got the fireworks going off in the background.
I'm hoping that was fireworks. It's the 0-2 offering from Decker. Just outside, but nice stop from Galvan.
And that's a run-saving stop from Galvan, launching his body out towards the right, putting everything behind that baseball, because if that gets past him, that's at least one run that's scoring. And, you know, in all the uncertainty, you don't know what happens. Maybe another runner comes in off a bad throw, something like that. So really saving a run off the board.
Yeah, definitely saves Burge from advancing as the 1-2 offering. A nice backdoor slider, just unable to connect.
Didn't have quite enough roller coaster spin on it, coming all the way back in, but definitely gave Conley something to think about. Now 2-2 count. Conley still got to make sure that he swings at anything close.
The 2-2 offering, Conley connects, but a nice glove from Caranto. Fires, throws him out, and that'll do it as Decker gets out of the jam. As we head to the top of the fifth inning, Evan Davis alongside Adam Beck. It's Saints baseball. For the Arroyo Seco Saints is number 19, Elijah Hernandez from Ontario, California, Emporia State University. 17 appearances with his team, 35 and a third inning pitched, 37 strikeouts, a 4.84 ERA. Previously from Western Nebraska Community College, where in over 88 games for the team, he had a .328 batting average, so a pitcher-hitter mix is up on the mound for the Saints, trying to keep this a 2-run deficit for the team, as he's got the heart of the order to deal with, leading with Kai Caranto.
And Eli Hernandez is going to be a guy who's going to throw strikes. He's got great command of the zone, has strikeout stuff, doesn't walk a ton of batters. You look at last year, only 9 walks, 37 strikeouts. This guy is going to pepper the zone, exactly what the Saints squad needs him to do.
Bottom of the fifth inning now as the first pitch by Hernandez is in there for strike one. Caranto's already been on base so far in this one. Trying to add some insurance for the Conejo Oaks. Already 2-0 to start the season, only giving up 2 runs in their first 2 games. It's a ground ball. Pollock unable to get that. It will be a single for Caranto.
Oaks actually 2-1. They lost to the Riptide in their I guess away opener, but they got the win back against the Riptide yesterday. This Oak squad in the same division as the Saints in the CCL South Division, so we're going to be seeing a lot of the Oaks this season, a lot of the Riptide this season. The Saints squad kind of getting their bearings adjusted early on with 2 division foes. Play the Walnut Creek Crawdads next. They're in the North Division, so get a break from some CCL South Division action.
I apologize. That was Tyler Gordon at short who was unable to get that as Carrillo holds on the bunt, and it will be ball 1. As Caranto now a threat on the base paths. Someone that Hernandez will have to worry about. As he checks on Caranto. Continues to look, sets, fires now. As a foul ball just gets past Eli Watson.
And we mentioned Carrillo and how productive he was with Biola University in 2024, but also his on-base percentage at .516 led the conference. Just this guy can get on base, finds ways to do it, and obviously already 1 runner on first. Saints trailing by 2. This is a situation where Hernandez has to limit the traffic.
Count even at 1 as Hernandez fires, and another foul ball to the right side, so the count 1-2.
Hernandez has got a lot of power in his swing, or not swing, in his delivery, excuse me. 6'1", 215, really throws with some punch, especially on that fastball.
Worked back into a favorable count for him as a 1-2 pitch awaits, and he checks back on Caranto. And a nice stop by Watson. Oaks lead 4-2 in this one. Top of the 5th inning. The Saints got their runs via the walk as Hernandez fires another pitch. That one just upstairs for ball 2.
Carrillo just shaking his head. No, I'm not going to swing at that one. Hernandez going up in the zone that time, giving something to Carrillo that he had to think about.
Carrillo from San Fernando, California, looking for a new home. As Hernandez fires the 2-2, and they're in there for strike 3. Carrillo knew it. And a huge out.
Coming to the plate for the Oaks in the cleanup spot, the first baseman, number 17, Will Joseph.
Now it'll be Will Joseph stepping up to the plate. Has already made loud contact in this one. It's Caranto on first. He's checked by Hernandez. Continues to check as he now fires in a pitch, and a nice hit between the first and second baseman as Joseph got another one. And Caranto, with his speed, moves from first to third. So now runners on the corners with 1 out, and upcoming for Tanner Beltowski.
Talk about an aggressive approach at the plate. Already had an RBI single back in the first inning. This time singling to right, first pitch swinging, just hammering that through the gap in the right side of the infield. Really nice piece of hitting there from Will Joseph.
Coming to the plate for the Oaks, the third baseman, number 29, Tanner Beltowski.
Beltowski now up from Ventura, California. He's also had a little bit of an impact so far in his short stints in the 2 games that he's played, including tonight, as he fouls that one back in the count 0-1.
.6'1", 195, also has power in this middle of the lineup. Hit 3 home runs in 2024, 35 games for Westmont College.
As the 0-1 offering awaits, Hernandez continues to check on the runner, fires that one outside. He's got some traffic he needs to worry about with runners at first and third. The infield playing back. They're playing for that double play ball, not really worried about Caranto on third. More worried about just getting out of this inning unharmed. It's the count evened up at 1, and Hernandez 1-2 as a foul ball down the left side. Beltowski working on a 1-2 count, 35 games played for him last year, 268 average, 463 slugging, and a pair of home runs with 12 RBIs. We mentioned also a pitcher as well, but very few starts, very few appearances with his team. It's the 1-2 offering from Hernandez awaits. And that one just outside for ball 2, so the count even up.
Burge just making sure that Hernandez stays confident on the bump. Hernandez really needs this out here to try and take some of the air out of this inning.
It's Hernandez's first appearance with the Saints as a pass ball gets away. So now a 5-2 lead for the Oaks, and now takes the Saints out of a double play possibility.
Runner moves from first to second. Hernandez trying to attack that outside half again, trying to go for a similar pitch as he had the pitch before. This one just a little bit too much whip on it. Got away from Burge.
Count now full at 3-2 for Beltowski. Single will get this to a 6-2 lead most likely for the Oaks. Already got some insurance with a 5-2 lead from the pass ball. It's a 3-2 offering inside, ball force. Runners on first and second now for Hernandez. And stepping up to the plate, Ty Walton.
There looks to be action in the Saints bullpen off in the distance. A couple guys staying loose, but you got to wonder how much, Hernandez has left here, especially if he continues to struggle.
As that first pitch is belted by Walton out of play to the left side.
It's right to the bullpen where the Saints pitchers are warming up, staying loose. Hopefully they were aware of that. Didn't hear any shrills over to the left side, so I'm assuming no one got hurt.
Hernandez up in the count, 0-1. Runners on first and second, one out. Is a swing and a miss from Walton. Pitch in the dirt, quickly 0-2.
That's some really nasty stuff. That time breaking down low, starting in the zone, starting in on the hands. Kind of coming back down, and Burge doing a really nice job behind the plate, keeping that one in front of him, because that one easily could have gotten past in the dirt there.
And Hernandez responds with 3 straight strikes to set down Walton. So 2 outs now, top of the 5th inning. And now it's the backstop, Marcus Galvan.
Galvan's already provided some punch back in the first inning, a 2 RBI single then, struck out last time swinging. Hernandez hoping for a similar result here.
Hoping to limit the damage to only 1 run as first pitch fired for a strike. Runner in scoring position for Galvan. He's got runners on first and second. With Joseph and Beltowski. As that pitch low and away for ball 1, count evens up. Hernandez, as we mentioned, just trying to limit the damage here, keep it within a favorable deficit for the Saints. Is that one outside for ball 2?
2-1 count here. Hernandez desperately needs to attack the strike zone here. Just go to his confidence pitch, probably his fastball, try and put it in the zone to even this count back up 2-2.
2-1 offering to Hernandez outside again. The count 3-1. So after getting that first strike, 3 straight balls on the outer half of the plate for Hernandez.
And that's just really tough because when you're getting behind in these counts, now you're forced to throw a strike, but Galvan's also expecting that and puts you in dangerous spots.
Galvan just late on that one. Screams a word that we can't say, and the out number 3 as Shart runs in to make the play. So the damage limited to 1 as the Oaks take a 5-2 lead as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Evan Davis, Adam Beck, it's Saints baseball. Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning will be the ever-so-power hitter Josh Livingston. Saints down 5-2. As Charlie Decker in for his 2nd inning of work. So we have another lefty-on-lefty matchup. The first pitch connected by Livingston. Just gets that one off the barrel of his bat. And a quick fire throw from Caronto. And out number 1.
And that's a really close play over there at first. Good job by Livingston to kind of bolt out of the batter's box, but unfortunately unable to get over there for the Saints. Brings up Ray Bermudez here in the 4 spot. He with a ground out, had a walk, brought in an RBI in his 2nd at-bat.
Still looking for his first hit of this young season. Got another lefty-on-lefty matchup. His first pitch swinging for strike 1.
He really uses a lot of his upper body in his swing that time. Kind of just see him going for chasing that fastball.
Is that pitch low in the dirt? Count even up at 1-1.
You really see that power that he creates with his swing, but against a pitcher like Decker, you've got to be a little bit smarter.
Decker fires the 1-1 offering, swing and a miss for strike 2.
Really feels like Decker's in control, especially with that off-speed stuff. That time going back to the slider, working away from Bermudez.
1-2 count for Bermudez, 1 out in the 5th inning. As a pitch way inside. Count even up at 2.
Just the last second kind of biting away from Bermudez. I wonder if he thought that one was going to go off his leg, because it kind of looked like that until at the end, just kind of dipped down back inside.
2-2 offering just outside, and the count full. Just 1 out on deck. Left fielder Jacob Shart. As Decker sets, fires, delivers just upstairs for ball 4. So nice at bat from Bermudez. Gives Jacob Shart a chance to cut into this deficit.
Coming to the plate for the Saints, the left fielder, number 14, Jacob Shire.
Shart's still looking for his first hit of the season. Actually, his first hit in the CCL. Didn't have a hit with the Oaks in 2022. Didn't play with the Oaks in 2023, and still hasn't had a hit yet with the Saints this year.
As he connects on the first pitch, grounds that one to Caronto. Out at 2nd for 1. Double play. Nice double play by the Oaks to get out of that inning. It looked like a very close call at first, but nonetheless, it's the 6-4-3 twin killing double play. Sends us to the top of the 6th inning with the Saints still down 5-2.
Giovanni Sambito.
Welcome you back to the top of the sixth inning. The Saints still trailed this one 5-2. We have few substitutions as the catcher now behind the plate, number 18, Nicholas Lazara, and on the mound, number 25, Giovanni Sambito. Sambito, a right-handed pitcher from the United States Air Force Academy. He's a member of the Cadet Squadron 29. His grandfather served in the Navy. He's had a few relatives in the Air Force, and his dad, Joe Sambito, played 8 seasons of Major League Baseball for the Astros, Mets, and Red Sox. His dad was also an All-Star in '79, playing in the World Series in '86. And now his son throws a first pitch strike. He's got his family in the crowd as well.
His dad, a member of the Boston Red Sox in that '86 World Series. They lost to the New York Mets in 7-game series, a little bit before my time.
Fires in that slider for 0-2. You mentioned this is a big family tree that he has of athletes and members of the military and the Navy. As the 0-2 offering way upstairs for ball 1.
Jack Johnson a little bit scared of that one, kind of pulling away as that ball came rising up in towards his face. Kind of scary moment there. Good that he got out of the way.
1-2 offering from Sambito just upstairs. Count evened up at 2. And now his battery is number 18, Nicholas Lazara, who we saw come in around this time in the first game as well against the Riptide from Trinity University. As Johnson connects on that one, sends it to the outfield where Crew McChesney gets the easy play. And 1 batter, 1 out for Sambito, making his first appearance this season with the Saints.
Coming to the plate for the Oaks,
and his first meaningful baseball in a year, too. Didn't play for the Air Force in 2024. Didn't end up finding the field, but it's really got a jet of a fastball. Throws with a lot of zip.
Daniel Witt's up. Swings at the first pitch. He sees for strike 1.
Daniel Witt's doubled to left in his first at-bat. Struck out looking in his second at-bat. Cal Lutheran University guy.
So 0-1's fired, and he fouls that one to the left side. Count quickly 0-2.
The time Sambito going to the off-speed, trying to cut away from Daniel Witz. Didn't have quite enough zip on it, but Daniel Witz unable to put that ball in play.
And for Daniel Witz, as well as competing in baseball, also club hockey in the Central Suburban League. And said he chose Cal Lutheran because he enjoyed the environment and the resources that everything offered, as well as just what the classroom has to offer, being a student athlete. It's the count 1-2. And he fouls that one back, and the count remains the same.
Something with Sambito that really interesting to watch. He does a really good job deceiving hitters. If you watch the ball come out of his glove and kind of out of that arm slot, you don't really see it until the end, and it's really tough to kind of get a read of the ball. See him take it from his glove, put it right behind his shoulder.
He fires the 1-2 just off the edge of the bat, and an easy play for Aiden Pollock. You hear the cheers in the crowd from his family, Sambito. 2 up, 2 down to start the top of the 6th inning.
Now he's got to face the top of the roster, Jordan Kong, who has not reached base safely yet but via a hit. Did reach on an error in a second at bat.
Jordan Kong, just 1 hit so far on the season. It was a double. As Sambito fires the first pitch just outside on the fastball, and the count 1-0.
Still 1 for 9 in his last 3 games, trying to bump that average up just a tad.
And that first and only hit came in that 10-1 win at the Academy Barons when he scored 3 runs, as well as the count now evened up at 1 apiece. And, you know, Kong from Harvard University during his Ivy play batted .273 with 3 doubles and a triple, as well as 6 RBIs, and made 3 appearances as a pitcher. As he swings at that one on the outside corner, and the count 1-2.
Sambito doing a really nice job, like super confident on the mound right now, really placing his pitches well. More importantly, that time, just making Kong look silly.
Something about Harvard with Kong. Went to Harvard Westlake, ranked as the number 9 third baseman as he just grounds that one out to Pollock. Easy play, and Sambito with a 1-2-3 inning as we now head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The score remains the same, 5-2. Evan Davis, Adam Beck, Saints baseball as they try to cut into this deficit.